Okay, guys. Um, this is one I've kind of been putting off, but I'm going to do it because it's probably the most useful one that beginners are going to want. And this is pros, cons of defenders. This is the one we harp on the most when people ask, "Hey, I'm new. What should I be doing?" This is this is kind of why we push everybody there. Um, First, I am going to try, as long as I have Blitz stuff open, I'm going to try to do one with them in Blitz so that you can kind of see how they work if I can find a decent one. Uh, this will be great. This is one of the reasons we like to tell people to do defenders because they will punch up against defenders. Um, the other reason, the main reason that we'll tell you to do them is because they are the easiest to get, the easiest team to fill out first. Uh, and their synergy is great. They're a pretty well-rounded team. As far as cons go, really biggest the biggest downside to defenders is they're not very good end game. So at a certain point, all other meta teams will pretty much destroy them. I mean, so they're pretty mediocre in war. You can use them as offense or defense, depending. Um, but as far as progressing, they're great for progressing through the campaigns. They're great for early game arena. They are great for early game raiding. They're good for all kind of stuff. Also, they're the easiest to farm. So if you're looking at going into Dark Dimension 1, which requires uh, 5 right here, they require 5 tunes at 6 stars. They're going to be probably the easiest to get up there. I haven't started it. I am still working on mine. I am getting close though. But that's the ones that I'm farming personally to do, which I will start recording once I get into it. Uh, so one of the main pros for defenders is that as everybody else is going to be doing the same thing, you can punch up and grow a little higher in arena. For the people who are a little slower to get started to it, we like to tell people to do this because arena plays a huge, huge part. So in arena right now, I'm sitting at rank 11, which means that as far as rewards go, I get 250 cores and 750 arena credits a day. Plus the 250 that I get from the daily, that means I get 10 shards a day from the arena store, which um, helps with growing towards my legendaries and things like that. I've already finished with Drax, and I will be finished with Vulture shortly. So um, all of those are super helpful. Those 250 cores a day are super helpful for refreshing energy so that I can hit more nodes and I can farm more things. This is why we like to tell people early on having all these resources are super, super beneficial to you. And the easiest way to do that, the quickest way to get high enough in your arena team to take advantage of all this is by farming defenders quickly and working on them quickly. Because at a certain point, people are going to start to branch out once they start unlocking more tunes and getting different teams in different directions, such as Guardians, or they'll that's one you'll see up front a lot. Or you'll start to see BKT and stuff like that once people start unlocking Star Lord and things like that. And that's when defenders will kind of phase out. I mean, they'll still be here and there, but a lot of times they just people lose interest because they find them boring or whatever reason, or they're not that good, and they'll move on, and you'll start to drop pretty steadily when that happens. It happens pretty quick. Um, so we generally will suggest working on them very quickly and very hard. Just get up as high as you can and take advantage of it. Milk it while you're able to, because you'll get whales most likely in your arena shard. There's not much you can do about that, but this is going to help you in the long run. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try. Oop, that's the wrong one. But we're gonna do this punch across here so that you can kind of see how it goes. Um, it's a little bit systematic as far as defenders mirrors go, but they do really well. When I had them as my arena team, I could punch up about 10k give or take. Here it's a little bit harder just because of certain abilities people might have that I don't. Um, but as long as I'm able to kind of control it, it's fine. It's easy. But this is one of the major pros is that um, you can fight other defenders and you can punch up on other defenders and work your way up an arena relatively quickly. All right, so big thing. This is not so much an issue at the lower levels as it is when you get them higher up. But anytime that Daredevil gets attacked, Punisher's passive is going to go off and it's going to attack whoever attacked Daredevil. So we try not to hit him as much as we can. Daredevil, when I use his special, will put it'll put counter on everybody. So generally speaking, when Punisher goes, he'll use his ult right off the bat, and that will cause everybody to counter him, and he will pretty much kill himself. So we can, for the most part, ignore him, and we want to get rid of Iron Fist. The chain here might hit Daredevil, which means that I'd probably get hit by Punisher as well. We'll see. Nope, missed him. I'm going to go ahead and heal because I don't want my Iron Fist to get hurt. When I use an attack that does not cause damage, like a support attack, like a defense up from Luke Cage, or taunt from Luke Cage, or the heal from Iron Fist that I'm about to use, there's a percentage chance that Punisher will attack whoever I'm targeting. So I make sure that I have the target I want selected, and then I use it. See? And then Punisher attacked him. And then we go through, really, Iron Fist is just the one I want to get down first. There's that ult I was talking about. And you can see how he pretty much just killed himself. Now I feel comfortable using my ult because it's going to kill Punisher. We'll go ahead and use our defense up. Like I said, we're maintaining our focus on Iron Fist. I don't want to use my ult there, but didn't know if it was going to kill him or not. So here we have a couple of options. I'm going to use his ult, Daredevil's ult, just because it'll chain between the two. But for the most part, you can kind of focus on whoever you want. I'm going to tend to put my focus into Luke Cage, just because he's going to taunt anyways, so I want to put as much damage in him as I can. There it is. And then I'll do my taunt, and that'll give everybody else a chance to heal up. And generally, I could use my ult on him, but I'm going to kill him anyways before his regeneration procs. So there's no sense. I'm going to save it. And then I'll use it against somebody else to get rid of their counter, I guess. Boop. Oh, he dodged me. Now here's where I'll just get rid of her counter, and that'll be that. Oh, she resisted. Anyways, this is why we suggest using defenders, because there's going to be a lot of those teams in Marvel Strike Force. Synergies matter a lot more than team power. Team power is important, don't get me wrong. But having team synergies like that are huge. They're huge. They play a much bigger part. So the other thing, like we said, as far as pros go, they're the easiest to farm. Well, why we say that is because they're the earliest nodes that you find, like literally in the beginning of Heroes. Punisher is the first character you're able to farm from a node. The first one. In Heroes 2, that's where you find... 3, sorry. Spoke too soon. That's where you find Luke Cage. Although he is given to you by the game. I'm about to cough again, and I'm sorry. He's given to you by the game. So you don't have to worry about unlocking him yourself, but as far as farming goes, very early farm. Villains 2 is where you're first going to find JJ. So she's fairly early as well. And then Daredevil, you're going to have to unlock from Arena Store. So that's another reason why we say to get these people as quick as you can so that you can start farming the other one. Iron Fist tends to come last, and he's at the beginning of Nexus. And that's just, I don't remember what level you need to be, but you have to be a specific level to even start it. But once you get to the end of the first campaign, which is fairly easy, you can farm him too. So they're very easy to get a full team early, and they're awesome. Like I said, they'll start to phase out eventually, but for the purposes they'll serve you, and they're just the easiest to work on, especially if you're free to play. They're the easiest to work on. They're the best team to have that early on. Once you get them, you can kind of start farming other teams like Guardians or Sinister Six or whomever. But as a starting point goes, they are going to be your best option, period. Um, I'll run them through a raid as well. I'm going to do it in a different video, but you can see they're also viable and fairly early in raids, which is great. But I'll do another one of those and show you guys how that is. Till then,